Alright, I'm back. I'm at 87 on the streak, as you see, and if I can get to 100 at least today. So let's start with, let's continue with this one. And let's see, 94, King H2. There's always going to be some check, which is annoying, so... Oh, maybe there's Queen G6 first. And if King H2, Knight G4. And then take the Queen. Oh yeah, that's the one. So Queen G6, you can go either to F4 because of Knight H5 and losing the Queen, so you have to go to H4. But then you go Queen takes G2. Check. King H7, check. Can I go G6 here? G6, Queen F6, G5. That's not good. So Queen G6, King H4 takes Queen C8, Queen F5, King H8, Queen C8, Knight G8. But then Queen G4 is a bit annoying as well. Oh, but then you have G5. Oh, that's different. That's way, way different. Well, let me check something really quickly. Before I continue, I have to do something real quick. Okay, this is now working out just fine. And let me see. Puzzle streak, and it should be better now. Okay, where was I? I was at Queen G6 and King H4. I think giving a check doesn't give anything. King G3 and nothing really happens. So I would go for this and Queen G2. Now threat is G5 and giving a checkmate, so white has to react quickly with Queen C8, Queen F5. But we were looking at King H8, Queen C8, Knight G8. And now Knight hangs, plus there's G5 coming next. I would go for that. I think that's good enough. Oh. That was cute. But let's go back. So, check. But if you go here, takes, check, check there, and g5 is coming next, and I don't see a way to stop it. Let's say if you do this, I could just take on f2 and then g5. Takes, and now the king has to move from the queen, and that's basically it. Okay, 88. Potential pawn ending. That I like. I think we have to go take and b6 to have b7 next. What do you think? By the way, is there anyone watching this? So takes, and b6. Will this work out? My plan is to go b7 next and rook a8, if you try to challenge it by rook e8. Oh, but wait, there is a simpler... Oh no, it's not simpler. I wanted takes and king d5, but then you exchange and go d3 and promote with check. And then it looks like black is gonna win. It doesn't look great. So no one answers. Okay, I'm gonna go with my gut feeling. Please. b6, b7, let's go. All right. Wait, where do I go? Where do my pawns go? They go down the board. Yeah, I think I want to stop rook b8. Because if I do that, if I stop rook b8, I can push b2 freely. Yeah, king b7, let's say rook c5. And king b6. Oh, but then rook to d5. Wait, king b7, rook c5, b2, rook b5, king c6, rook b2, a b2, king b2. Oh, but you win this because of bishop f3 in the end. So why would you even bother with... Wait, if I do king b7, if I do king d7 and he does this, b2, he can stay forever on the b file. Oh, that's not true. You can have bishop e4. Bishop e4. this, b2, rook b5, king c6, maybe king a6, and then rook b8, bishop b7, but then take and g5. I mean take and king to c2, king b6, g4, king c5. That's not in time. And what about this? Rook c5 and b2, rook b5 and bishop e4. That is quite awkward. King d7, rook b8, b2. Takes, bishop f3. This has to be winning. You place a bishop on g4 and then you simply work the Zugzwang magic. But I cannot figure out what's wrong with this move. Or any move, like either king d7 or... b2, rook d5, e d5, king c2, d4 and d3. I see nothing wrong with either of the moves. But there is definitely something wrong. There is something wrong. King b7. Rook c5. b2. Rook b5, king c6, rook b8, bishop e4. Oh, wait a second. If you manage to exchange all the pawns, you can even give up a rook for the b pawn and have pawn and bishop against king and still have a draw because it's the wrong corner, wrong color of the bishop. So let's say g4, f5, aha, so you have to be rushed into capturing on b2 before having g4 in. So if I go king d7 and play b2, this is too slow. White gets to play g4 and on bishop e4 f5, and he's gonna exchange all the pawns and then be okay with giving up a rook for a pawn. So I would say king b7, because in that case rook c5, b2, rook b5, king c6 comes with tempo and white never gets the chance to play g4 and f5. So I would go for this. And now doesn't matter where do I go here or now even more dilemmas. Wait, king c6. King c6, rook b8, bishop e4, g4, queens. But why wouldn't I go here? Well, also, why would I? I mean, oh, but wait, there's King c6, rook b4. Although, what am I stopping? I can just go bishop e4. Wow, this becomes more and more interesting. Rook b8, bishop e4. Maybe there's some f5, some crazy stalemate idea. Wait, if I go king a6, he might play f5. Although that's highly unlikely. King c6. This rook b4. I mean, I know it makes sense to bring the king closer to the center, but this is a very concrete position. So king a6, rook b2, a b2, king b2, bishop f3, king c3, king b5, king d4, king c6. He's a bit on the wrong foot. While if king c6 was played, then this sacrifice would make much less sense. Takes, takes, bishop f3 and king d5. I see nothing on this, but let's see. What was actually wrong with king a6? So what did we have? King b7. And then this. So king a6. Rook b4, bishop e4. Oh wait, but how do you... Ah, okay, now the king is far from the e-pawn and now f5 is a big threat. You don't have time. Ideally, you would like... Yeah, this makes more sense. You would like to have bishop takes f5 to not exchange all the pawns, but the king is too far from the pawn. So after this, bishop e4, g4, you can take, you can queen, and on f5 now bishop takes. And now white has to take care of the a pawn first, but in the meanwhile you just collect the pawn and get your king and push. So yeah, 90. All right. What do we have here? Oh, is it maybe what I think it is? Queen h5. First I saw rook h7, but he takes queen h5, king g8, cover on g7 and hold it. But if you begin with queen h5, you can sacrifice the bishop next move. And then with queen and rook you can do more damage than with bishop and queen. So what do you think? Queen h5. See or no? Queen h5 takes rook h7, king g8, rook c7, rook b8, rook takes b7, takes rook c6, and white has two pieces for, well, he has two pieces and a pawn for a rook. That sounds like a good deal. And if you move to defend the pawn, then bishop takes g6. Takes, bishop g7, and probably just rook lift with more pressure on g3. It could be that. Or maybe, oh, there's maybe bishop g6, hg, queen g. Now bishop hangs, so you have to go bishop g7, but then queen h7, king f7, and then rook lift, which looks very, very damaging to black. Oh, but just to be clear, wait. Queen h5 takes, rook h7, take on c7, knight d8. But okay, it's a pawn up, so it's acceptable. Also, one more thing. Queen h5, rook h8. There is bishop g6, hg, queen g, king f8, bishop hangs, and also a rook in the end. So let's go for this. Or maybe not. No, let's go. Oh, what is this ending? Here bishop f2 looks very, very tempting. Bishop f2 takes e3 on king f1. Not really. No, I think it's gonna be something like h5 to disengage the bishop and the pawn. So this, and then you take on the next move on g4, push g3, and with two pawns it's easier to win. Notice that on e3 white can take and go king f1, and the pawn cannot advance past f2. So I would go for h5. Bishop e4 takes here, and black will take care of the h pawns, while the bishop stops a and c pawns, targets f2, which is quite important. It doesn't give freedom to the king, so yeah, let's go for this. And yeah, now you have to take, you have to commit king f5 and stop the pawn. Take all the pawns and win. What is that? Takes. Rook g3, hg, king f7, gh. No problem. No problem. What do you think? Oh, but wait, I can do king h3 here. Avoid checks, attack the rook. Because if I... Yeah, I simply missed that after all these exchanges, he can just go king f7 and practically win the game. But if I go king h3, this pawn is still danger. If you take on f4, I take with the bishop. And then I want to promote, plus I want to take a rook. And you can do both. You cannot stop the pawn and save a rook. You can go bishop, you can go rook e5, but bishop takes. So that's it. I would say king h3. If hg, queens, king h7, and then with two queens you can get past. King h3, let's say rook g3, just some capture. Hg, queen h1, king g4, queen d1, king takes, or yeah, king takes, queen h1, king g5, queen h6. It's not ideal, but maybe I can get to f5 somehow and pick up the pawns. I don't think this is the move, or even the exchange doesn't look that way. What? What is that? Oh, it took some time, but I realized what I have to do now. So take and then g6, because if you allow black to play g6, he will hold this. Not hold, win this. So I need to take this. First of all, the pawn is gonna be very dangerous very soon, so I need to address that and then go g6. Because if I go h5, I'm just going to exchange h for g after black plays bishop to e2, and then black simply plays bishop d3 and stops this pawn, and it's a draw. But if you play g6, this pawn remains vulnerable, and the pawn on g6 is not vulnerable since the king is always there to help. If bishop d3, there's gonna be king f7, take, and the king is too far to help. King e8 here. Wait, I played this move? Okay, I meant king I meant king e8. And when you push till h7 and you win. Okay, what do we have here? Well, knight f7 looks pretty good. Knight f7 and knight h6, ignoring the threat of bishop f1. So let's say knight f7, bishop f1, knight h6, and then take on f8. Second, if you take on f7, rook takes on f7, and that's also pretty horrible. So, what can I do? Yeah, there's nothing here, just take it, and now he plays queen g7, but there's gonna be always some discover check, like knight h6, and then take, and then take. Alright, here... Well, we have to discuss if white has any mating threats. Because with 3 pieces, there's always gonna be some danger of that. Knight on d5 is quite good now. It stops knight f6. Maybe I can go e3. Or just take on f2. I don't think we have anything like capturing a piece or anything of that sort, but the one thing I know is that I don't want to move my knight, because then knight f6, king h8, rook h7. So I cannot afford e3 takes and knight takes. So what can I afford? Maybe just take on f2, and when you take it, gf. That's pretty good. So if I take, what do I have to calculate? Bishop f4. I don't think it's knight takes because of knight f6 and knight takes e4. I don't find it pretty pleasing. But the rook f2, bishop f4, gf, that looks like a different story, because then e3 is gonna come next. Okay, let's just take one f2. Oof. Yeah, I don't like this because you're gonna lose the e4 pawn, let's say rook g2, king h1, and then there's rook b6. Very annoying. Material is just too reduced to work with anything, so I would just take with the pawn. And it delivered. Queen takes f5, ef, rook e8, king to d7. That's not working, I guess. But maybe you can go rook e6. Clashing Ritu, hello. Welcome to the grind. Yeah, rook e6 might work. Rook e6, queen f5, king d7 and knight e5, let's say. King d6, queen f7, hit the rook, hit d7. That could work out. But I'm a piece down. Let's be careful of that. We're a piece down. But okay, yeah, let's take on e6. Oh, 97. Almost there. King f5, king e3, king g4. Wait, king f5, king e3, king e3, king g4, king f2. And what do we do? h6, king g2, h5, king f2. Not really. But one thing I know, to play for a win I have to go king f5. King e3, king g4, king f2. And then something like king h3, king f3. Whoa. This is nice. This is nice. So h5, king f2, king h2, king f3, king g1. You go from behind, and if he plays g4, then h4 is winning. f5, then you play h3 and promote first with check, because the king is on f3. So is that all? Well, let's check if not king f3. If f5 takes king f3. Oh no, king f3, you have to go h5. King f2, king h2, king f3, king g1, king f4, king g2. King takes, king g3, and now the h pawn will run. Now h5, because if you allow g4 f5, it's over. the h pawn is not capable of delivering anything on its own. So let's go back. Let's go back. So king f5, just to show you. Yeah, so king f3, king g1. And now if you don't commit with g4, if you go with, let's say, king e3, we can pick up the g pawn. Okay, so if g4, we go h4. And on f5, just push. Take or push, never mind. Promote and then block the pawn. What else was there? Oh yeah, if you go for f5, first of all, if king f4, then king g2. And now king has to capture, we take, and then the h-pawn runs. And if you decide to stay, let's say on f2, we don't go back, we go down. King has to defend the pawn, and then king g1. Now king f4, king g2, and white again has to take, but we can take on g3 and still, and once again push. Okay, I think that was it. So h5. Yeah, so the point of h5 is we cannot go here immediately. They have a g4 and, well, they win, right? It's a small difference between an epic fail and a win. So h5 is a nice prophylaxis here. And yeah, king f2, king h2. And key move h4. Okay. Next. Well, first move that comes to mind is rook d2, just invading on the second rank. But then you ask yourself, well, why not just take on g5? Why not? And then take on f4. Why not? And let's try to find the answer. So after queen g5, if queen f3, I'm looking at bishop e4. Bishop e4 looks pretty good. Because on queen takes, now you can give a check, king e2, and now f2 is available. So that's why you had to remove the queen from f3, so you can have queen f2 in the end. Rook d2 somehow feels slow. Queen f3, queen g5, h4, and now the knight defends. I mean, the knight is defended by the queen, so it doesn't look super impressive. Also, if queen takes e3, rook e8 is nice. There's no knight e6 because of queen. Queen takes queen. So, yeah. Let's say queen g5, bishop g2. Oh, then I take on f4. Yeah, let's go for this. Oh, I didn't see that move, which I had to. I had to see it. And now HG, I think, to keep an eye on the H4. But wait, takes this, Queen F4. And threat is Queen G3 or Rook D2. Oh no. You can also do this, and if that Rook E8. Oh, I didn't see that. With Queen G6 you defend the E8. Ah, that sucks. Okay. What's wrong with HG? Oh, this Rook H3. Okay. Yeah. Almost 100, but let's go back. Okay. Just take and push. Back crank. Defend the rook and then take. Okay. What is this? Queen. Oh, H2 maybe. Maybe H2. Because capturing on G4, you go back to E2 and two bishops against the rook is acceptable. So let's go H2. This. Rook B8, C4, C6. That's nice. Very nice. takes, rook g4. Yeah. Oh, I just take a queen. Bishop e4. Knight d4. Queen c7 takes. Bishop f5 takes e6. Bishop c5, b6. Cool, cool, cool. Knight c3 takes on d6, takes on d6, and rook hangs or queen hangs. But we have to react on d6 first. We don't have time for knight a4 immediately because rook d8. So now we take. And now c2. Rook c8, bishop c7, and the pawn goes. Yeah, once we take on b3, it's pretty much over. Knight is stuck on defensive jobs on h pawn, and the king will be stuck on the b pawn, so the king will be free to go to this side to take a knight. Check, king g1, 92, and white has to give up the queen. If king g3, 92, that's also quite good. Yeah, check and take. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think we go with h4 and h5. Just to make sure that g6 doesn't defend f5, which is crucial for us. Because in the future I want to go c5, use this extra pawn, extra passed pawn on the queen side as a decoy, so I can enter on f5 and take care of all these pawns. But I cannot do it without elimination of g6. So h4. Logical. And then take. Queen takes f2, rook takes f2, rook e1, rook f1, bishop d4, king h1, take and mate. Knight e4 takes, knight takes on g3, bishop takes on d8, knight e2, and then you capture on d8 and you're a piece up. I mean, it could be that you lose a knight in the process, but at least you can take on d4 and be a pawn up. You don't take on f1 because bishop goes away and knight cannot do the same. No, sir. You take a bishop. Okay, that's a4, knight g3, takes, a3, and just travel. Now you take. Queen g7, king g7, rook e7, king g8, rook g7, king h8, and rook g6. Not rook d7 because of queen f6, and we have a rook ending, which is probably a draw. But you go rook g6. You don't allow queen f6 effectively, so you will be a bishop up. Take, and then take. What can we do about this pin? We can attack the queen somehow to push it away. So rook bc8 comes to mind as the first choice. If queen f6, we take, knight takes, knight f2, and then take a rook. So rook bc8, queen goes. Well, it doesn't have a good square. Let's say d2. Knight takes, bishop takes, knight f2, queen takes, rook d1, and black's an exchange up. So I would go for this. Takes, knight b4. So if I take now, he has takes, knight b4, queen b2 check. So I need to include rook d1 and only then take on g7. Okay, give a check and then push. Because if I push, then he has e2 available to his king, and that's not good. He can stop the pawn, but if I give a check first, king f2, d2, there's no access to e2, so black wins. Should I take? I have to. I have to. h4, king e2, h3, king f2, and that's a wrap. Knight d6 looks super good. Rook f5, knight e8, and then take. If king takes, rook e6 probably, and king c7, rook e7, king b6. Well, something like queen d7 should work. Although there's queen d4, whoa. But we can begin with 96. 96 looks Very, very good. Knight d6, king d6, rook e6, king c7, rook e7, king b6. What do I do here? Maybe queen c5. d6, king d6. So let's say rook e6, king c7, queen c5. But then there's queen d4. Although, is it such a big deal to exchange queens here? Rinaldi, did you mean after knight d6, king d6 and rook e6, or in which position? Knight d6, king d6, rook e6, queen c5, queen d4, takes, rook e7, take a pawn, although he has rook d7. But this is just looking so lost. Oh, I knew he would take on f5. But let's check this line. Oh, rook e6 is not good. So queen d3, rook d4, rook e6. Oh, just demolition on a6. Okay. My bad. Yeah, there's just too many weaknesses and the king is out in the open. Okay, but what happens on queen d4? Oh, you take on h7 and then rook e6 when you move the king away, but the king on d6 is just horrible. Also queen e7 comes next. Okay. Check and mate. Oh, he takes. Then this one. Queen has no squares available. Everything is covered by white. And also these two. takes, and now knight b7. Fragile construction. Wait, takes, knight to b7, bishop, oops, bishop c5, but then just take. Okay. What is this? What is this? What a chill move. Queen h4. Knight has nowhere to go. Believe it or not. And there's no f6. If you go d5 to enable f6, well, then I can just take on e7 and take an exchange. Well, it's not even an exchange, it's a full rook, because if king takes, you have to deal with checkmate on d8. So, no, it's a full rook. So, actually, it's a full piece. You don't take on c4, you go just rook e8. Okay. Okay. Check. Ah, there's king g2, no? Let's do this check. And check and take. Sounds good. Sounds good. Rook e6, interference tactic. You're interfering between queen and bishop by placing different piece, which doesn't really defend a bishop. One more thing, you have to check for some back rank checkmates, but no, rook e6, rook e8, queen f6, and entering. So no, rook e6 and bishop is helpless. Unless you want to save the bishop and sacrifice the queen. Which he does. Nice. Nice. Takes, queen f5, and you enter on f2 and bishop f3. Looks pretty dangerous. No. Wait, how is this not winning? Come on. Oh, bishop d4. I'm gonna be sick. Rook e7 in the end. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's do something else. Let's not do this trick. Let's do tougher puzzles, because I'm doing so well in this 2200. Okay. Instinct says don't take. Go king e3. And instinct sucks. You take on g3. King d4, rook c8, king c3. And then you push. Ouch. Well, we have to react to that. To provoking me. Take on f6. has what else? G4. So G4, King E5, G5 here, H4, King G4, King E3 takes here. This is not looking too great. What if I go up? King F6, King H5, King G7. King G5, F6, King F7. It doesn't look good either. Wait, let's go back to G4 stuff. Or do I go after this pawn? So let's say this King E3, King F6, King D4, he goes after my pawns, takes here, King B6, King G3, A4, but no, it's not enough. If I go up, 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 what if I go A4? Not waste time on King F3. Let's say this, G4, King A4, G5 takes, H4 here, H5, A5, G6. That could work. But I mean, A4, this King E3, King F6, King D4, King F5, King G4, King B6, King H3 takes, King H2, and I save the tempo with A4, so it could be very useful. King B6, King G3, A5, F5, A6, F4, A7, F3, A8 Queen, F2, and then Queen H1 in the end. Let's go A4. And now, yes, he's playing hard to get. And we can go up. No, but maybe we can do... How can we play hard to get? Maybe King E2, but I don't know. How do you trick him? Because if we go for this, takes G5, King B4, H5, A4, G6. A3 takes A2. Maybe we win this, but it's a little bit scary to calculate this far. If I push H4, then G3 becomes more vulnerable and oh, but wait, H4, King E5, King F6, King F5, King C5, King G4, King B5, King G3, King A5. No, this is super slow. Maybe I go after his f pawn. But push, take, push, go here, push. It's too chaotic even for me. G4. Wait, now king f3, king c4. Oh, I see, I see. Or I think I see. I'm gonna follow him once he goes towards my pawn. Why wasn't I thinking about that? So this king e4, I mean king f3, king c4, king e4, king b4, king d4, king a4, king c4, king a3, and then g4. Or maybe something like... Oh no, maybe king e2, because on king f3 he might go after this pawn. Oh, but then I'm okay. King e3 takes, and what we discussed. Takes a5. And also, why not king e2? Aha, maybe on king e2 he has h5. So maybe you go here, so on h5 you can go g4. Oh, this is too specific. Do you see anything? I'm gonna be silent for a while. For a minute, maybe. Come on, people. King f3. Oh, maybe there's also a different route. So let's say king f3, go here. Sorry, king b3, king g7, takes, king g8, a2. But then you'll lose h2 somehow. King f3 here, king e4 there. Takes, king a4, g4, king b5, king c4. But now this is too slow now. Can I go g4 now? King e5, g5, king there. Before attack h7. So you mean here? Which route is optimal here? Oh, but wait, I don't have to waste time. I can go h4 immediately. Go g4 takes, g5, king b5, h5, a4, g6. a3 takes, a2, queen, and win like that. I don't know, let's go for this. So, what's wrong with king e2? King e4 and king d4. Oh, you always get followed. Nice. So my reasoning was pretty wrong, but on king f3, king c4, h4. Also g4 works. g5, king b5, h5, this, g6, a3. And with precise play, you win the game. Yeah, this looks like bishop f3, but what happens on b6? h4, b7 takes, king g4. Then just h3, king takes, king f3, and pick up f5, and the rest is easy. Or so I think. But yeah, we have to go bishop f3. Because if I don't do it, if I just wait somehow with the bishop, he's gonna go b6 and bishop d5 and stalemate. So I have to do something about allowing the king to breed. But yeah, bishop f3 and... Oh wait, I think I messed up. Bishop f3, bishop d1. The thing I was talking about. Bishop takes, b6, bishop f3, b7, bishop b7. Oops, stalemate. So what do we do about that? Well, we can release the king by king g2 maybe, and then push. That seems like a more logical, not logical, but once we know the stalemate, it's easier to come to conclusion, okay, let's play king g2 and push the pawn. Even though it might be even more logical than bishop f3 to just play king g2 and then push. But I'm a weirdo, so first popped bishop f3, even though it's bad. What do you think? Can it be king g2? can it be? Artem RY. Somehow it feels familiar, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think I know him. Bishop c2 here, bishop e4, takes, h3, b6, b7 here, b8 queen, and yeah, somehow win the game. I don't know. King h3, king g4. Somehow win the game. So king g2, bishop c2, h4, bishop e4, takes, h3, b6, b7. Oh, he was my opponent. When? Online or OTB? Let's go for this. What the fuck? Oh, come on. No. Bishop g2. And then you push. Unbelievable. CB, hello. Are you CB Chess from Twitch? Just checking. Oh my god. Bishop g2. And then push. And then the f5 pawn is just so vulnerable. But yeah, this was a nice stalemate. Bishop f3. Bishop d1. Bishop d1. b6. And b7. Voila. Oh, nice. Nice. How are you doing? No room to go. But yeah, I thought this works, but... What? Bishop f7. Oh, bishop e8. Even that one. Yeah, but this was too naive for me to expect this is winning for black. A little bit optimistic by me. Do I think I'm a pro at chess or just a beginner? Not a beginner definitely, but not a pro either. Let's say semi-pro. But yeah, bishop g2 and then you just push. Damn it. This one I should have solved, but what to do? Rook h3 takes g4. Queen h8, f3, king f2 takes takes queen f3, king d2, knight e4, king c2, queen e2. This looks like it's winning. I don't know, let's go for this. I don't follow it. I saw some results, but I wasn't following too closely. Oh, maybe it's even this move. But no, let's go for... Oh, it is this move. For fuck's sake. F3 and then take it. Tilt. Tilt on puzzles. How many years have I been on Lichess? I think around 10 years. I don't know what my account says. My account is, well, 9 years old. 2015. Ay, this is... Well, we take those. And then we go c5. Because why not? Do I want to capture or do I want to go king e3? King e3, a4, b6, a3. Or maybe I want to go here and on f4, b6. Which pawn do I want to allow? That's the question. Oh, so it's maybe just king e5 and... Oh, but it's with check. Wait. Let's focus a little bit. Little bit. No, recently I wasn't following any open tournaments like Dubai or Sharjah. What am I missing here? King c5, f4, this a4, b6. I don't get it. Do I want to stay in vicinity of the pawn b6 here and king c3? Oh, that's why. What was the best advice given to you in chess? Oh, I would have to think about it. The best advice. I would say think on your opponent's clock. Try to anticipate what's your opponent gonna play, and that's how you're gonna save time. King d3, I think, is the move. Oh, but then c4 anyways. Maybe king c3, and on f4 you're still in the square. So king c3, f4, b6, f3, king d2, c4, b7, c3. No, not that. Here, f4. b6, f3, b7, c4, Oh, this has to be the one. So let's say if a4, b6, a3, king c2. Okay, I figured out. Oh my god. So the issue with capturing, first of all, is that you have f4 and pawns promote simultaneously. If you chase it, then the other one goes, and you can't do anything about it. If you go to c3, then the f pawn runs, and if you try to catch it, then the c pawn gets tempo with c3 check. If b7, c3, and then white picks the poison. Do you want to allow this pawn to promote or this one? My style of play is very calm. Positional play. With a touch of venom. If king e3, then the a pawn is now going, and white has to spend the tempo on either king, let's say king d2, then the f pawn is gonna come, or just push, and when the king is far enough, then you push. And yeah, that's why you play king to d3, because you're close everywhere and you don't have to commit too soon. You can wait for a while. Let's say b6. If he pushes, you don't commit still, and you can push the pawn. If he plays with the a pawn, then you still don't commit with the king. Wait for him to reach third rank, and then you go king c2 or king c3. And then the f pawn, which usually has to be on the same level as this pawn, is not, because a white pawn needs two moves to promote, and black's pawn needs 4 moves, and that's not enough. And the one who is on the same level is caught by the king. So that's it. How old was I when I got serious about chess? I was 26. What do you mean by serious? To pursue something bigger, or d5, crushing, maybe dc and then rook d2. Also, it could be bc and then bc d5. Oh, like inspired. Well, I was inspired in elementary school to work a lot on chess, but I wasn't so ambitious to achieve I don't know what, but I got more ambitious later on. Like a few years ago, I began working on chess more seriously. After getting the FM title, I began doing chess more and more, and I think I achieved some decent level. Probably it's this. BC and then Rook d2. King c8. Rook e6. Oof. Not really good. Also on dc I have to check rook h2. Although there is queen e6. That doesn't have to be a problem. Like king e8, queen g6, or oh, in the beginning I had lessons when I was from 6 to 10. I was attending some lessons in the local chess club. Then when I was in high school I attended the chess school from the late GM Velimirovich. That was about 2-3 years, and the rest was just me doing the work. What can I do? DC. Let's go DC, I don't know. Rook d2. Rook d2 and then take on e6. Oh, maybe I can go no, not c6. Rook d2, king c8, rook e6. Oh, but then bishop c5. Disgusting. Oh, but now I have rook e6. Wait. Rook e6, rook e6, rook d2. Nice. Do I have this? No. King b5, a4. Not really. Let's go. Let's go. 2900. Oh my god. This has got to be a checkmate somehow. Elijah, thank you for kind words. Maybe knight h4. Maybe. Just take on g2. Oh, maybe it's this? Knight h4? No, knight f4, king f2. I don't see a pattern here to give a checkmate. Somehow it feels like it has to be this. Takes... But now, is this check or that check? If I go knight h4, king h2 looks resilient. Yeah, these puzzles are just brainwashing. Yeah, I went once, that was on my Twitch channel, and I got to 3000, but now I'm more ambitious, you know? I want 3100. But today, not happening, bro. Today, let's be more humble. Oh, maybe it's this one. Wait a second. Rook g1. And... Yeah, people are cursed. They always want more, and but that's good, I guess. Unless it becomes unhealthy obsession, you know. Maybe it's just queen g3, yeah. Queen g3. And if gh, I want to take king g1, knight f4. Threatening mate on g2. Queen is far away, so it cannot really defend against that. King has to escape. But then knight d3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at this. So this GH line doesn't work. Let's discard that. So only thing left is to defend with the rook. And let's think. Queen h4. I want to give some check with the bishop and give a checkmate because the king is stuck. Queen g3, rook g1, queen h4. And now you move the rook. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh. Maybe I do need this as a first move. King g2, knight h4. Yes, I think for general improvement, puzzles like this, like improving for rating, not doing Puzzle Storm and Puzzle Streak, are good for that, for improvement. Puzzle Rushes and Puzzle Storms are good for, I would say, eliminating blunders. You know, one move blunders which are stupid. And they help for blitz and bullet chess. I wouldn't say they help too much on classical chess and general knowledge of the game, but for blitz I think they help a lot. To play better under time pressure and you know, those things. But what am I gonna do here? This is a torture. Torture. Queen g3, rook g1. Oh, maybe it's bishop g4 and rook f1. Always rook f1. That's annoying. I'm gonna come back to bishop g2. Oh, but CB, the issue with that line is that he's gonna take and I'm getting pinned. My king is on the same file. But yeah, it works if the king is on h7, let's say. It works like a charm. You will take on g2, you attack twice, and it wins. But king is on g7, and that is an issue in that particular case. But I don't know how to... Queen g3, rook g1, queen h4. Really? Oh, but wait. How does he have rook f1? Wait. Oh my god, I have to focus. So bishop g4, rook f1, knight h4. And there's no rook f2. because of queen takes, and g2 is vulnerable, so it might be this. Yeah, it can be very toxic, I think, if you play a lot of storms and rushes. I told this a million times. When you play, well, from my experience, when I played a lot of puzzle storms and puzzle rushes, I used to look at only one part of the board. You know, you see a tactical motive and you're good to go. But in a game, you will see a tactical motive, but it doesn't have to work. And you have to have the full awareness of the board. So it can be quite tricky if you overdose on on the storms and stuff like that. Yeah, let's go for queen g3. Oh, nice. Very nice. So yeah, here if you go rook g1, bishop g4. And the best move, queen d6 for white. That's hilarious. Queen d6. I mean, for black. For white, it's depressing. But yeah, rook f1, knight h4. I completely overlooked that. Like, I was... Oh, he's stopping bishop f3? I wasn't even looking at knight h4. And then when you mentioned, CB, when you mentioned this line, queen g3, rook g1, knight h4, it just popped up. Oh, I can go knight h4. And his queen is just too busy here with the knight blocking it. Okay, next. e6. First instinct, e6. e6, queen d6. What do we do? Take. Of course we take. We don't back up. We don't back off. And we don't back up. Yeah, on e6, I think there's no answer then. You can go queen d8 maybe, but knight f7 works then. And it's GG's. So queen c7 seems like the most rational answer. But then you take on f7, king d7. Because if you go king d8, knight d6 is a problem and then you lose a queen, so king d7. And what's rational now? What's rational now? Wait, e6. Here. Takes, king d7. This is a bit puzzly. Come on, think. Get back to 2900. This is how I do pep talk, by the way. It can be much worse with insults and this is me being supportive. Come on, you can do it. Queen c7. Take this. Promote to a knight. But wait, his queen g3 is not even a threat. What am I even doing? Yeah. I can focus now on my threats. Queen g3, king h1. There's no follow-up check after that. All this is covered. So this is only a ghost. Queen g3 we don't care about. We can bring our rook maybe to the play by rook a e1 and win that way. What's my hobby other than chess? Oof, my hobby. Watching series and movies. Let's go e6. Let's now take. Or maybe I can ignore that and go rook e1, but queen g3 here. No, he can castle queenside. No, we don't allow him to castle. Hello, Chess Tiger. What's up? Oh, this is cute. If you go rook e1, queen g3, king h1, it seems like you're gonna lose the queen by knight f7, but you have rook e7 check. And now you lure the king. Oh, but you're gonna lose the queen, wait. It doesn't seem, it's gonna be lost. Oh, shoot. What kind of genre? Well, comedies, action movies, romantic comedies. Romantic action comedies. How about you? Are you a fantasy guy or some sci-fi stuff? Historical pieces. Look at that. Maybe it's king g2. Just a very slow prophylactic move which solves all the issues. He's stuck here. He cannot move anything. And then we can go rook e1, rook e7, and he can't do anything about it. What do you think about king g2? My favorite series, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, How I Met Your Mother, Friends, 2.5 Men, something like that. Monk, I don't know how is it pronounced. Monk. Yeah, king g2 is cute as. Oh, fantasy and anime. Dragon Ball or? I loved that as a kid. Will Goku find his way home? Run, Goku, run! I don't know how is it synchronized, but yeah, this was at first I wanted this, but queen g3 is a problem, and not a small one. You lose a queen. Yeah, I watched Pawn Sacrifice and also I watched Queen's Gambit. Who didn't? I mean, come on. Oh. Oh. Please. Save me from this. What if I push rook g8 here, rook b8, a5? This is hell. Hell on earth. But I guess you just push the pawn. I don't know if... What can you do besides pushing? You don't have many options. Rook f6 is coming and it's inevitable. Have you watched The Boys? I like that series. I hope I don't get cancelled for liking that. b3. Oh, he goes that way. But come on, push. Wow, what? Oh. Oh, damn. Wait, I have to unpin, right? Or just... I don't know, bishop c3, king c4. What's the solution? Bishop h8. Wish. Oh, it's with check, that's why it works. Oh my god. Oh, your favorite one. Oh. My guy. Yeah, I loved it. I heard the... What is that? Season 4. I saw a trailer for season 4. I hope they didn't ruin it. I really hope. But wait, b2, what's wrong? Rook d1? c5, king f4, king c4, rook d4. This is draw? What? What the hell? Oh, you always have this annoying mechanism. Okay. And then if you escape here, he takes on a6. Oh. Yeah, I had to dig deeper. Oh. Like I didn't have enough. Like I didn't have enough. Rook f1. That has to be it. That has to be some tempo on a rook. And then just king d1, king, and then d2. Let's go. Oh, that hurts. But no, why do you play h5? Come on. Let's be serious. No pun intended. But come on. And how do you win this actually? King d1 and this? Oh. Yeah, good luck with finding that. I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I'm not even sorry about not finding this. I wouldn't find it. Definitely. No. How many countries have I been to? Oh. not including Serbia, Montenegro, Bulgaria, Romania, Bosnia, Croatia, Hungary, Italy, Slovenia, France, Spain, Austria, Germany, Czech Republic. What have I missed? Okay, if you count Monaco, 14, and have I mentioned Hungary? If I haven't, then 15. And I didn't miss anything, I think. Yeah, 15. Okay, something normal now. Something normal. Bishop b3 or something I can solve. Something I can solve. Or it seems like I can solve it. Bishop b3 looks good, but king d3 and then what? What? I can't go rook c8, that's a big bummer. Oh, wait. What if I go queen b3? What if I go there? Takes, king d3. Oh, but he takes, rook d8 and king c3. Nah. I'm playing from 25th. I mean, 25th is Rapid tournament and 26th is Blitz tournament, national championship in Rapid and Blitz. And then from 29th May to 4th June, I'm playing a tournament for norms. Round robin. 10 players, 9 rounds, and I need to score 7 points to get a norm. And this is kind of preparation for that. To improve calculation a little bit, to test my intuition at the same time. So what do we do? What do we do? Rook e3 looks pretty crazy, but it's worth analyzing a little bit, not too much. But wait, queen b3, we told this line here, and oh, but the end of the line is rook e4. Wait, knight e4. No. Could I bring my rook to e6? Knight can go where? Yes, that's the plan. To get the title, but I need 2 more norms. And one of them has to be from open tournament. So if I get 2 norms from closed tournaments, it won't count. I mean, it will count, but I wouldn't be able to get the title. So I need 1 from the open tournament and 1 from wherever. Oh, I like this move. I like this move. Rook e6. Backward moves are so tough to spot. Knight f5, bishop to b3. And now king d3. Oh, just rook d8 and it's mate. Or losing a... Wait, it's not losing a queen. Knight d4, bishop c4, and then you take on... But now I went into depth. Maybe bishop bishop b3, king d3, and now rook e6. My rating is now 2278. I dropped a little bit, but I'm coming back. Don't worry. In no time I'm gonna be back. I lost a lot in January and February, but that's the process. Okay, let's go with bishop b3 and rook e6. And now, proud to present rook d8, or maybe just f5, why not? f5 and then take a piece. Because if the knight moves, then rook d8 comes with great power, since both rooks are cutting off king. Yeah, let's hope it works. And it works. If the knight moves, we just slice. King f6. Chill little move. King f6 and then king e8, rook f7, hg e6. Oh, hell no. So wait, king f6, king e8. Rook f7. But wait, why would you not capture an h4? Because he's gonna take on g3. I mean, not gonna take immediately, but let's say this, and once if you take now, then rook h4 doesn't look too brilliant to play. Although you do have rook c4 in the end of that line. This is concerning. But if I take, it will be so easy to win this. Okay, let's go here and then just do. Or maybe it's check here and then take king f7, g2, e6. Oh, he won't have a check. That's brilliant. But no, not brilliant. Maybe take rook h4, and then check, king d7, rook there. Just to waste time for king e8 next. But even then, what next? What next? GH, rook h. Or do I want to go maybe g4? h3, take, and then f5, but it's all very slim, very... In OTB, my best victory was against 25-30 something. But a quite lucky one. Oh, come on. How is this so tough? GH, rook h, rook c8, king d7, rook c4, king e8. And maybe now this move. Although now you have king e7. Wait. I give a check. I take, he takes. I take on f7, g2, e6, king d6. I go down. He goes down. And then I can cry. Yeah, this is not good. Takes. Takes. Check. King d8. Take. Rook f4. Not good enough. GH takes and maybe f5, but how will that even work? I don't know. Have you played any tournaments, OTB? Wait, takes, check takes, HG, King F7, G2, E6, King D6, Rook D4, King C5, and then Rook D1, Rook H1. No, this is crap. Maybe it's G4. Maybe it's G4. Okay, let's push. GH. Really? King E8, Rook A4. Oh, it is King G7, wow. Oh, yes, you take on F7 with the Rook. How am I missing so basic stuff? And then you take on F7. I've seen all, even King G7, but I thought, he's gonna play King E7 and defend, but this is just losing a pawn. Okay, that was it, and thank you for watching. So I'll see you tomorrow, or on Twitch maybe this evening. Take care.